Hello, Sports Today fans. Today, as Dylan just did his wonderful MLS video, he is not here with me right now. He is behind the camera, Mr. Sports Today. I am Mrs. Sports Today, and I'm here to give you a little MLB update. Because now it's after the All-Star break, and we're really getting to the heat of things. And we have an amazing year so far. The only thing that's not a shocker is probably the AL East and the AL Central. Those are just normal. So we'll start off in the AL East here. Number 1 team right now is the New York Yankees with the best record in baseball. Number 2 is Tampa Bay Rays. They are 2.5 games back of the Yankees. And number 3 is the Boston Red Sox, who are 7 games back of the Yankees. Moving on to the Central here, we have Chicago, who is in first place. In second place is Detroit, who is 3 games back. In third place is Minnesota, who is also 3 games back, so a close one in that division. In the AL West, we have Texas in first place, with the Anaheim Angels in second place, 5 games back. And in third place is the Oakland A's, who is 7 games back. Moving on to the NL now, we have Atlanta in first place, which is a big shocker. They have a good team this year. In second place, we have the New York Mets, with 6 games back. And in third place, we have the Philadelphia Phillies, so quite a shocker in that division. In the Central, we have the St. Louis Cardinals in first place. In second place, we have the Reds, who have just had an amazing season, 1.5 games back. And in third place, we have the Cubs, who are basically out of it as 11.5 games back. So that division is basically St. Louis and Cincinnati. It's going to be a good one. In the NL West, we have in the first place San Diego. In second place, we have the Giants at 4 games back. And in third place, we have the Rockies, 4.5 games back. San Diego having a wonderful shocker season. Okay, now we're going to move on to the playoffs here as I'm speeding through this. I'll give some more detail after all this. In the AL Championship game, I believe it will be St. Louis Cardinals versus the Atlanta Braves. In the AL Championship game, I believe it will be the New York Yankees versus the Chicago White Sox. In the World Series, I believe it will be the St. Louis Cardinals versus the New York Yankees. I believe the Yankees will make it a 2-peat and win the World Series. So now that I've given you all this, I want to give you some reason behind all my picks. So the reason I chose the Yankees in the AL East, well, it's kind of obvious. They are just on a roll, and they are determined to win this thing. As their legendary owner, George Steinbrenner, a.k.a. the boss, he just passed away. He was obsessed with winning, and he took that mediocre Yankees team and put them to the top of baseball forever. And I think they will come through again. In the Central, I picked the Chicago White Sox. If you look back, probably 2 months ago, they were in third place behind Detroit and Minnesota. They have had a wonderful, wonderful second half of the season. They had just came back unbelievably strong. And I think that this is going to keep going. They're having one of those Rocky-type comebacks. In the West, I chose the Texas Rangers because they have a very strong team behind the bats of Michael Young and Josh Hamilton, and a wonderful fielding crew, and just picking up new pitcher Cliff Lee from the Seattle Mariners, which will help them a lot in their rotation. In the NL, I picked Atlanta because they have just been on a roll this season. They have the talent to go all the way. In Central, I picked St. Louis Cardinals because, I mean, the Reds have had an outstanding season. Do not get me wrong here. But St. Louis just has all that firepower to take it over. So I believe they will. There's nothing the Reds can do. And in the West, I believe San Diego will win, but won't be that much of a contender in the postseason. They are the best team in that weak division. But but yeah, they're having a stunner season, but it won't do anything in the postseason when I get against the real talent. I chose St. Louis over Atlanta, generally because of all the talent. And St. Louis has much more experience in these postseason, these big game types than Atlanta does. I think experience and star power will take over the game, and St. Louis wins. And I think New York beats the White Sox just simply because they're just a better team. They have better overall rotation and fielding. They have 3 possible golovers on that team. They have to have the Redbirds versus the Yankees. I chose the Yankees simply because of the overall greatness. But don't get me wrong, the Redbirds are a very good team. So that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever you want to do. Doesn't matter to me as long as you watched it and learned something from it. So see you guys.